Hi parents. I wanted to make this video to try and let you know what we are doing in place of the children being able to be here at the school. We are setting up a program for both our individualized classrooms, which is called ACE, and our classrooms up through 4th grade where a teacher is doing the lecture system with the kids. That curriculum is called ABECA. So I'm going to address the ABECA curriculum first and what we will be doing to provide that learning for your children. The ABECA program is going to be able to be used through ProTeacher, which is provided by abeca.com, is the website, abeca.com. It is live teachers that are teaching for video classroom. Your children will be able to access that and watch the lessons, and then we will provide the seat work, and quizzes and tests that they would normally be doing here at school. I will give you instructions on how to access that. And here's the first thing. We will have a link to a video that explains it by someone who works with ABECA all the time. But basically, you're going to go to abeca.com. On that page, their home page, there's a spot that says login. You will click on that login spot. It will drop down, then you'll go to student streaming, I think is what it is, or student videos. And then from there, you will put in your child's username and password, and then it will give you the opportunity to go right to where you can access the lessons. Now, each one of the children has a specific password and a specific username that has been set up by us. So we will let you know what that is. For most of you, your child's username is their first initial and last name. No spaces, no capitals. A few people, that name was already used in their system, so we added a number to it. If you are one of the students or you have one of the students that has a number added to it, then your child's teacher will get in touch with you and let you know what their specific username would be. The password then is going to be this, for kindergarten, it is 20, the child's first name, and the number 14. So numbers 20, child's first name, 14. For 1st grade through 4th grade, it's 20, the child's first name, and 20. So it'd be 2020 with the child's first name in the middle. That's the password for each of the students. Now, you are welcome to change the password if you would like, but that's all that you need to access those classes. Now, as far as you getting the seat work, we are going to address that in a few minutes after I talk about what we're doing for our individualized classrooms. For the individualized classrooms, we are going to provide for you the paces that the children would be working in. We'll give you one for each of the subjects that they're working in. For the most part, you need to have your child do 4 pages a day in each subject. Now, they are welcome to do more, but for you to be keeping them on task, it needs to be at least 4 pages in each subject each day. Normally at school, the children have to have permission from a teacher to get to do a checkup. A checkup has to be signed. We are not going to require that while they are at home in your care. So the child can start at the very first page, go all the way to the self-test, and do everything in that pace up to the self-test. Now, please, parents, you need to understand that there are a lot of things they have to read out loud. There are rules that they have to memorize. There are places that they have to read out loud. Any vocabulary lists have to be read out loud to you. That way you know if they're pronouncing the words correctly. The first page needs to be read out loud to you. They have to fill in the verse at the bottom of the pages where it's supposed to be, because at the end, they'll have to say that verse from memory. Also, if there are rules in English and math in particular, any formulas, any equations that have to be said, what you're looking for is any rule. In English, it's all the rules that are in the box at the top of the page. There will be things that in little bubbles, like the children are saying something. Most of those are going to need to be memorized and said to you from memory. Same way with all of the math equations or math definitions. Those have to be memorized and said to you from memory. You go ahead and sign off on that when they say them to you. It is very important that they learn those rules, because if they don't, they will struggle with passing the test that in that pace, as well as the paces to come, because math and English build concept upon concept. So please make sure that you make them memorize those things. Look for things, keywords that you're going to look for are read, study, memorize, learn, review. Read, study, memorize, learn, review. Anything that says that, you probably need to make them memorize it and say it to you from memory. If it is in word building, they need to read the sentence and the definition. Every page that has a new page of words where they're having to write a sentence or copy the sentence that's there, all of those pages, those vocabulary words need to be read and the definition read, because that is part of what they have to learn in those paces. Now, with all of that said, you can let them work all the way through to the self-test, because the news today is saying that we probably are going to be put on total lockdown in the next couple of days, and it could be for an extended period of time. As a result, we want to get the work for the children into your hands so that you can have your children doing their schoolwork as much as possible while they are at home under this lockdown. During lockdown, you will only be able to travel to grocery stores or to the hospital or the doctor if those things are needed. Therefore, you need to come tomorrow on Tuesday by 11 o'clock. The packets will be ready for you to pick up the packets for your children anytime after 11 o'clock tomorrow. This is Monday. I am making this video. Mr. Tim is going to make it available for you on YouTube, and then you will be able to see this. You can watch it more than once if you need to clarify things. But we are going to have bins, big blue storage tubs, that will be placed out in the front of the church on that covered porch. There will be 3 of them. One will be for Abeka classrooms. Those are the classrooms, kindergarten through 4th grade, that are being taught by a teacher in a lecture type classroom. There will be a bin for Abeka. Tomorrow, after 11 o'clock, you will be able to come and when you open that bin that says Abeka, you will find a bag or a backpack in there that has your child's name on it. And in that backpack will be their seat work, the things that they need to work on. Remember, you will access the streamed classes on Abeka.com. There will be a link for a tutorial for that Mr. Tim will share in this same video. So you will access that. They'll do their lessons, but they'll have the seat work packets from us. You'll need to pick them up, get them out of that bin that will be out on the front porch of the church. For the ACE classrooms, there will be 2, because we have more children, there will be 2 ACE bins. Tomorrow, those will all be for pickup. When the lockdown is lifted, there will be one of those for pickup and one of those ACE ones for drop-off. The drop-off ones will be for you when your child has done a lot of pages and needs to have those things checked. You will bring them, you'll put them back in that same backpack and with your child's name on it, and put them in the bin. Bring them here, put them in the bin, and then teachers, when we are no longer on lockdown, we will be here from 9 to 12, Monday through Thursday. We will go to those bins, we'll take out the backpacks or the Abeka bags, and we will check all of your children's work. We will do the scoring, and things that are wrong, we will have it marked wrong, so when you pick them back up, they will be in the pickup bin. You pick them up, and then you will be able to see the things that are wrong, and your children need to make those corrections. What you need to understand is that when we are able to begin scoring the children's work, the lockdown is lifted and we are able to do that, we will be sure to be very careful to make it a sanitary situation. Each child's work will be opened and spread out on a surface that has just been sanitized. We will have clean hands, or we'd be wearing gloves. We will score the child's work. All of your child's work will be done, put back together and placed into that pack and set aside before we open someone else's. Then we will sanitize the surfaces again, sanitize our hands, and then open up the next child's work so that we will not be transmitting germs from one child's work to another. We'll do our very best for it to be done in a sanitized place. What I need you to understand now, the reason that I'm letting you have them work up to the self-test is because we have no idea what our governor is going to require as far as a length of time for there to be a lockdown. I wanted you to be able to have your child's schoolwork in hand because I don't want their education to suffer, and it'll give them something to do. So what you need to understand, for those of you that have children in the individualized program, there is an option for them to be able to get help. We are going to have you download onto your phone or your tablet or your computer, whatever electronics you have available to you, Google Classroom. There will be a tutorial that will be on the link with this video that will show you how to do that. And your child there will be Miss Leslie and Miss Jody's class. It'll be an elementary classroom is what it's named. For those that are in the classroom with Miss Tracy, Miss Allison, Miss Alexis, Mr. Bud, that classroom will be called middle school classroom. And then those of you that have students in my classroom, it'll be the high school classroom. And you will be able to access that. You will be able to see information on there, and your child can get on Google Hangouts, which is through that same thing, and ask for help. And between 9 to 12, Monday through Thursday, they'll be able to get on there and get help with the things they don't understand. We're trying to do the best we can to be able to still help your children with the things that they don't understand or the things they are struggling with. So that's what we are providing, is Google Hangouts through the Google Classroom. There will also be places where there are assignments. I may have some Bible classes that will be available eventually, but right now we're not going to be able to do that because we can't be here once the lockdown shuts us all at home anyway, okay? Thank you so much for letting us have the opportunity to have an effect on your children's lives. What you need to know is your teachers of your children are very concerned about the kids and are praying for them, praying for you, praying for our nation, and we know that God is in control. This didn't take him by surprise. Certainly does surprise us. But please do come by after 11 o'clock on Tuesday, tomorrow, and pick up your children's packets so they will have their work and can begin working on them at home. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.